What's up guys, Matty here, mixandmastermysong.com. Today we're checking out a new plugin from Plugin Alliance called Big Al. It is a dual stage tube saturator and it sounds really good. We'll check it out on bass, vocals, and drums and go over the whole thing. Should be fun. Let's go. All right guys, so here is Big Al. We're going to go through the plugin and then we'll check out some examples. Basically, it starts with drive, which is, just how hard you're hitting the plugin. The more you turn it up, the more it's going to saturate. Then level, which is really cool because the 73 one I think they had, Neold, I believe it's called, they came out with, didn't have a level output control, and that was annoying to me. This has one. And it's really good, so that way you can kind of, if you turn it up, it gets too loud, you can bring it down and all that. Always great to have an output level. And this is linear, or non-linear, so it doesn't actually change the tone. It's just volume. That's it. Low, basically, and we'll get into these switches up here, but low either turns up the harmonic distortion or the harmonic distortion and the bass frequencies. High does just that, boost or cuts highs. Then you have an on and off knob here, and then a mix knob, which is always great to have, especially with something like this where you don't, you might want to really get a saturation sound, but take it down to like 20%, so you're barely hearing it. Really cool to have on something like this. If you hit this little switch here, you have output, gain reduction, which is interesting, and a lot of people don't get this, but saturation is another form of compression. So it's cool that they got a gain reduction on there. And then you have input as well. So you can switch between those by turning the little screw. Where things get kind of interesting are these switches here. So the E emphasis on is mid-range boost. So it slightly boosts the mid-range frequencies so that it will hit the mid-range first and hit it a bit harder. The bass, or the B, is if it's in, which means this is just going to turn up the THD, or the total harmonic distortion, right? It won't actually boost the bass frequency. But if it's out, it does boost the bass frequency and the THD, or the total harmonic distortion, okay? I'm going to have to get my notes for this last one. This one is called V, or voltage sag. And basically, I'm not going to get into all the diagram of it, but you can check it out in the manual. But what it does is it drastically raises the generation of even order harmonics, which adds a subtle rasping quality to Big Al saturation characteristics, especially when the signal starts to break up. I'm a big fan of even order harmonics, so I have a feeling I'm going to like it with it on quite a bit. But that's what that does. All right, so let's get into this and check it out. We got this some files from a song I mixed a while ago called Newsfeed by my buddy Zach. So you can check it out on Spotify if you're interested. But let's just hear the vocal without it, and then we'll turn it on and start playing with it.
And I don't care about your news feed, your little prom queen, only how you look out of your blue jeans. I'm on my James Dean, smoking Blue Dream. Find me on the gram, girl, fuck a magazine.
Shouldn't have got to that swear, but that's okay. All right, so let's turn this thing on and see what it sounds like.
And I don't care about your news feed, your little prom queen, only how you look out of your blue jeans. I'm on my James Dean, smoking Blue Dream. Find me on the gram. And I don't care about your news feed, your little prom queen, only how you look out of your blue jeans. I'm on my James Dean, smoking Blue Dream. Find me on the gram. And I don't care about your news feed, your little prom queen, only how you look out of your blue jeans. I'm on my James Dean, smoking Blue Dream.
So you can see just us switching it up actually made it sound thicker and heavier. Let's check out one of the vocal fattener settings and see what that sounds like.
And I don't care about your news feed, your little prom queen, only how you look out of your blue jeans. I'm on my James Dean, smoking Blue Dream. Find me on the gram. And I don't care about your news feed, your little prom queen. And I don't care about your news feed, your little prom queen, only how you look out of your blue jeans. I'm on my James Dean, smoking Blue Dream. Find me on the gram. And I don't care about your news feed, your little prom queen.
So it sounds really cool. You can hear what it does. It thickens it up. It makes it a lot bigger and heavier sounding. And of course you can dial it back with a mix. So really dope on vocals. Let's move down and check it out what it can do on this synth bass here. So this bass is actually a pretty thin sounding bass. So it'll be interesting what we can get out of here with using this low frequency one. But let's start with one of the presets and see what it does. You notice when we turned off this bass switch, the low end came up. And I think for this particular instrument with this bass that sounds kind of thin, turning that off and using some of the low boost actually helps us out. Let's play with it a little more and push it a little harder and see what we can get out of it. So it seems like no matter what we switch it to, it sounds pretty good. Let's just bypass it one more time and check it out. So yeah, so what I'm finding with the plugin, you know, the more you can put it on just about anything and it's going to do the same thing in the sense where it's going to thicken things up and just make it sound bigger and a little bit thicker, I guess is the best word to describe what it does. Or you can just full on distort and go crazy. It's up to you. Let's check it out on the drum bus now. So what we'll do is we'll use this bass, this drum bus enhancer, which sounds pretty good. So it sounds nice. It you know, just gives it a little more definition. I mean, you can hear the highs being boosted a bit, but I definitely dig it. So that's the Plugin Alliance Big Al. Used to have a friend back in Boston named Big Al. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you need your song mixed and mastered, hit me up at mixandmastermysong.com. You can check my presets and courses there too. Talk to you soon.